What's up, everybody? Paul Hickey here, CEO of Data Driven Design. Welcome back to WooCommerce University. We are going to cover the overall basic settings of WooCommerce in this lesson. Let's jump right into it. So in this lesson, we're using my wootest.wpengine.com that you're probably familiar with from the earlier lessons. And when you install WooCommerce with Jetpack, like I showed you earlier, you have a WooCommerce homepage in the back end of your WordPress admin dashboard by clicking on the left-hand side of the page, the WooCommerce option, and then home. It gives you a little bit of a checklist of what you need to do to finish setting up your WooCommerce store. Now, this is great. I'm going to walk you through it overall at a high level, and then we're going to dig into each one of these in later lessons. So just to give you a quick lay of the land, they're going to want you to add your products, and you can manually add products, which I'm going to show you how to do coming up. You can actually import all products at once via a CSV file if you have hundreds and hundreds of products, and WooCommerce will walk you through the process of doing that, and that is something that I will be able to show you in a later lesson, but it'll give you the format that you need for your file, and then you can choose the file, upload it, and import your products. And you can actually migrate stores using a product migration service. There is a WooCommerce extension called Cart to Cart where you can migrate from one WooCommerce store to another, and that's something that we can cover in a later lesson. But I just want to give you an overall view of the checklist here, and you can see that the recommended way is to manually add products, and we're actually going to cover that in the next lesson. So back to our WooCommerce checklist, setting up payments. Now there's several ways to set up payments. There's some recommended ways. One is to use WooCommerce payments, which is actually a competitor to Stripe and PayPal. WooCommerce so wisely just established WooCommerce payments, and that's their recommended method. So you can actually create an account with WooCommerce payments, and that can be a way for your store to accept credit card payments from your customers. Now, my preferred way is Stripe, so I will show you how to set up Stripe in a future lesson. And then, of course, PayPal. If you have a PayPal account, you can use PayPal to accept credit card payments. I'm a much bigger fan of Stripe or WooCommerce payments. You can take cash on delivery. Actually, I think cash on delivery is a great way to test your store before you go live because it's just a simple way to test the checkout process and make sure it's working. Now, it does give you an analytics dashboard. So under WooCommerce Analytics, you can see your overall revenue, total sales, net sales, orders, items sold, and you can see leaderboards by top categories, top products once you start selling products. And under the marketing tab, it'll give you a few different recommended extensions to give some awareness to your products through Facebook, through MailChimp, HubSpot, Google Ads, and even Amazon and eBay integration for WooCommerce. So these are some recommended extensions that we will cover in some future lessons. But for now, you can see the overview of your WooCommerce dashboard. Two really critical elements are going to be shipping and tax. So setting up shipping is going to be something that you can determine as your store owner what you want to charge if you're shipping physical products. So you can see here that the default option, if you're in the United States and you have a store, is that it's going to give you an option to put a flat rate shipping cost on each item. Now, this is a recommended way if you are comfortable in shipping most of your products out in the same box. I would consider just keeping your store super simple. If you don't have that many products and they're all relatively the same size or could fit in the same box, it's really easy to set up flat rate shipping. However, we're going to be going through all different things in WooCommerce University in terms of how to set up all different shipping options from the least complicated to the most complicated. So don't worry if flat rate shipping is not an option for you. We will have something for you. And of course, you can ship different prices depending on where you're shipping to. You can set all of that up. The rest of the world can have a different shipping rate if you want one for the United States and one for the rest of the world. You can also go set up shipping zones in WooCommerce, which I'll show you in a future lesson. So you can actually ship to different areas of the country with a different cost if you so choose. Now, tax is extremely important. This is a decision that you have to make with your tax professional, but if you did the setup with Jetpack, you can actually just click yes, please right here, and Jetpack and WooCommerce Tax can automate your sales tax calculations for you based on where your store is located and the tax zones that you will be selling to and that customers will be buying from you. And of course, if you want to just configure sales tax manually, you can do that. We're going to show you how to do that in a future lesson anyway. And in a lot of cases, businesses might not need to charge sales tax, but you definitely need to check with your tax professional in the area that your business is registered in to make sure that you're doing the right thing from a sales tax perspective. All right, this has been a basic overview of your WooCommerce settings. You can set them up very, very quickly right now, like I showed you, and then you can change them later because we're going to be going through all the different options more in depth here at WooCommerce University. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for adding a simple product to your store.